Not anything, sir. We have completed one chapter.
Sir, and it was respiration.
Actually, we completed the respiration in organisms, and we are doing reproduction.
Respiration in the plants.
Okay.
We are doing
We finished the respiration in the plants. So today we are going to start the new topic, that is the reproduction in the plants. Okay, last class we studied about the respiration in the animals and plants, right? So and today we'll start the new topic, that is the reproduction in the plants. So before that, first we'll study the different parts in the plant. So already you know the basics about the plants, right? The root system, shoot system.
Yes, sir, sepals. Sepals.
And if you take the flower now, good evening, Raghav. And if you take
Filaments.
different parts of the plants, roots, leaves, branch, stem, flowers, fruits.
When we know shoot system.
Yeah. So first once again we'll discuss all these points and then we'll go for the reproduction in the plants. So first one will come back to root system. So root system means what? The part of the plant which is under the soil or inside the soil. That is a
Inside
root
the soil
system.
or under the soil?
Yeah. So it can be two types. One is a fibrous root system. The other one is the tap root system. Yes or no? But if you take any plant, we cannot see the roots present inside the soil, right? Whatever the roots are there under the soil, we cannot see with the help of naked eyes.
So when we
When we dig,
we
we can see
cannot.
the root. But
So lateral roots means so many roots, right? Like a bunch of roots.
yeah, so this is the main root. This is the primary root which is connected to the stem. From the stem to below part is there, right? That is a primary root or the main root. And whatever this branch are there, right, to the sides,
There are lateral branches,
that is the
like
lateral
it is
branches or
called
the
as
lateral
lateral
roots.
roots.
Again on the lateral roots, there is some more hair is there. Again, some more branches are there. Those are called as in root hair.
There are also branches also.
They are not the lateral branches. They are called as the root hairs. Okay. So that is about the tap root system. But if you want to identify the type of root system in the plants, how you can identify?
Types of roots.
So without digging the soil or without plucking the tree, how we can identify which type of root system is there in the plant? Anyone?
In the upper one.
Okay, that's
Sir,
what.
sir, can you repeat?
So if you want to say the type of root system present in the plant, you have to dig the soil, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So without doing the digging process, we also can identify the type of root system in the soil.
Yeah, yes, sir. I think monocot plants have like this fibrous root system, and dicot have the tap root
No,
system.
sir is asking how we can
Yeah,
find out
that's
without
what.
filling
Good.
the.
Raghav is saying something, but it's okay. We cannot say exactly on the monocot or the dicot because sometimes dicot also
We
will have
can
the
see the venation of the leaf also, right, sir?
very good. Based upon the
Yeah,
venation of the
if
leaf.
parallel venation is there, then fibrous, and sorry, yeah, parallel fibrous only. Reticulate will be taproot.
Very good. Based upon the venation of the leaf. What is the meaning of venation of the leaf?
Sir, the way their nerves or the inner, you can see those lines, right? They are arranged.
Good. So I will call you one by one.
Okay, sir.
Ahana. Ahana Singh. Nikhil.
So
Nikhil, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me what is the type of root system in this plant which is shown in the diagram?
Sir, it is.
Is it fibrous root or the tap root system?
It is a taproot, sir.
Tap root system, good. Then what is the type of venation is there in the leaves? What type of venation it is?
Um,
So parallel venation.
Parallel? No. Parallel venation or the reticulate venation? There are the two types of venations are there. One is a parallel venation.
Yes,
Venation
sir.
or
For
pollination?
parallel venation, it's tap no fibrous root, and
Sir,
for
self
reticulate it is tap root.
Very good. So whatever the lines you can see here, if you take this leaf, on the leaf there is a midrib is there. That is a midrib is nothing but the main vein present on the leaf. Along this midrib, again there is a lateral veins are there. So there is a reticulate venation. So always taproot system will have the reticulate venation on the leaf.
Sir, what is venation, sir?
Venation means arrangement of veins on the leaf. Okay, 1 minute. I will show you one more picture clearly that it will explain you clearly. 1 minute.
Sir, and what is pollination?
Pollination means what?
It is the transfer of the pollen grains like from the stigma of the flower to another flower of the same plant or of a different plant.
Good.
This
That's what
process
we are
is
going to
called
study in
pollination.
this chapter. The pollination, reproduction, how the plants will reproduce again, new one, sexual reproduction, and all we're going to study in this chapter. But before that, we are studying about the plants. Okay.
Sir, and a few plants they do not have like flowers. A few plants do not have.
Yeah, again, the
fruits.
plants are classified into two types, right? Flowering plants and
And
the
they will
non-flowering plants.
reproduce through. They are actually called angiosperms and gymnosperms, and they reproduce through cones, right?
Yeah. So again, the reproduction will be happen two types, asexual and the sexual. Asexual will happen again vegetative propagation, fragmentation. These things will be again four types. Budding will be there, right? So which are the plant having the flowers? That flower also is different types will be there. Will have only main organs, or some flowers will have only female. Some flowers will have the both male as well as the female parts. Okay, so if you see two type of leaves here, the first one is called as an reticulate venation.
Sure, I remember learning all this in sixth grade.
Yeah, that's what. Just we are revising the plant leaves in the sixth grade topic only. Then we'll come back to that seventh. But nobody is giving
Okay,
the
sir.
answers. You already learned in the class six itself. That's I'll agree. But nobody's giving the answers.
So we are not having this lesson.
Don't have this lesson.
Yeah, sir, we did not learn about
Have the lesson. So we learned about reproduction in plants also last year.
Yeah, sir, I was talking about that only.
Sir, for
But
me,
we
this
did-
came in fifth class only, sir.
Okay, good.
Sir, actually, we did not start it yet, sir. So, sir, this year only we started.
Okay. So venation means what? Arrangement of veins on the surface of the leaves. You can see some lines are there, right?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wings.
Arrangement
Yes,
of
sir.
these lines. That's only veins on the surface of the leaf is called as venation. So suppose you have the midrib like this. This is the main vein. So along the main vein, again the lateral veins will be there like this. This type of arrangement is called as this type of pattern is called as reticulate pattern. That's a reticulate venation. If you take the grass will have the different arrangement of veins, right? Like completely straight lines will be there on the grass. Yes or no?
Yes.
The grass will have the completely straight lines will be there on the grass. That is a parallel venation. That is different. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is a parallel venation. This is a reticulate venation. Now it is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, only two types of
Venation
venations are
there.
there.
Yeah. Okay now.
Okay, sir.
So
Yes.
we can identify the type of root system on the plants based upon the venation
Sir,
on the leaves.
actually,
Yeah, sorry.
sir, once again, can you show that?
That picture. One minute. Yeah, can you see now? Okay.
So it is reticulate venation cell.
Reticulate venation and the parallel venation. So that is about the root system and the type of venation on the leaves. So the next one is this root system only will provide the stability for the plant, right? So next one is the stem. You know about the stem. That is the main part of the plant which will provide the strength to the plant. So upon the stem again you have the branches. So again on the branches we have the sub branches, and for that we have attached with the leaves. Okay, leaf, bed, petiole. So turn on your cam, everyone.
Sir, but Raghav and Ahana, Ishan didn't.
Okay, Srusti, what is the meaning of petiole? Whether you know the answer or not?
Sir, sir, I don't know.
Don't know. Ritwik, Nimala?
No, sir.
No. Gohit?
Sir, can I say?
Wait,
Petiole.
Gohit? Yeah.
Sir, I think it is a part of leaf.
Okay. Gohit, what is your answer?
So petiole, I think, is the ending, like the type of branch of a leaf.
Okay,
Sir,
good.
can I tell?
So petiole is something which connects the leaf to the branch of a plant.
Connecting the leaf to the branch of the plant. Good. Correct. Yeah, Raghav.
Sir, like that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. So petiole is the part of the leaf which will connect the leaf to the branch of the plant. That's the petiole. What's the meaning of node?
Sir, node.
Node is like a
Sir, there are
portion.
actually different kind of nodes and buds also will be there. And if we can see apical bud in there, right? It like just allows the plant to go, I mean, to grow in a vertically upward direction. And there are a few buds also formed, and those buds will again develop into flowers actually.
That is called axillary buds. Two types of buds,
Yeah,
the
yes,
apical buds and the axillary buds. Axillary buds helps in the development of the fruits or the one more branches and all. Apical buds helps in the growth of the plant. It will help in the growth of the plant. Okay. But what is a node?
Sir, sir, it is an area on a stem of plant where buds are located. Yes, so there are two types, node and internode.
Sir, when where it is there, I think the bud will grow there.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, actually, when the bud, sir, the main root of the bud.
Root of the bud.
No, actually, buds
Sir.
do not have roots.
Sir, area.
Yeah.
The thing is, the bud, the node is the region where the leaves and the branches attached to the stem of the plant.
It's basically an intersection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wherever the
There are
branch
two
or
types,
the
sir.
leaves attached to the stem region, that region is called as a node. So between the two nodes, there is an internode. So between the two nodes, the stem part is there, right? That stem part is called as an internode. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Node, this is the node where the branch is attached to the stem, or the leaf is attached to the stem, or the flower is attached to the stem. And below you can see one more node here where the leaf is attached to the stem. So these two regions, between these two regions, that is called as an internode. Understanding?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So vegetative
Sir,
should,
means it will meet, right? Just.
sorry,
Sir, means just it will be connected, right?
your voice is not clear for me.
Sir, means node means just it will be intersecting and connected, right?
Can you hear my voice first?
Yes, sir. Ritvik's voice is really low.
So my voice.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm speaking loud.
Okay,
Sir,
Ritik,
I'm
you are-
asking that what is just the intersecting, right?
yeah, intersection point between the stem and the branch, or the stem and the leaf, or the stem and the flower. That intersection point is called as a node. Okay, so these are the different parts in the plants, but we are discussing about the reproduction in the plants. So these are the different parts in the plants. Mainly the reproduction will take place only in the flowers of the plant, not in the other part.
Yeah, yes, sir. And there are like 4 worlds of flowers also, not a world. WHO are worlds of flowers.
Okay, good. So we'll study one by one that one. So first we'll study what is the reproduction definition. So what is the meaning of reproduction?
The production of a same kind of creature or organ.
The process of producing the new organisms from the existing organisms of the same species is called as a reproduction, right? Producing of the new
Yeah,
organisms
sir,
from the
reproduction.
existing organisms, that means from the parents or someone, okay, of the same species is called as a reproduction. So whatever the plants and animals, all this will have the capability to produce the new individuals during their lifespan. So if you take all the living organisms, they have the capability to produce the new individuals in their lifespan. So this producing of the new individuals is called as a reproduction process.
Sir, and reproduction can be divided into two groups, which is asexual reproduction and sexual.
Yes, sir. Asexual is giving birth, like not giving by seed, and sexual reproduction means giving a birth to another by seeds.
No, sir, can I tell, sir, can I tell?
Not the exact meaning.
Wait,
Sir,
the
can I
voice.
tell this?
Okay, I will give you Ritvik Nimala, but it's not exactly about the seeds and all,
Yes, sir, it's not seeds.
because yeah, Ritvik Nimala, can you tell the answer?
Yes, sir. Asexual
Sir,
reproduction.
actually, I have a doubt.
Yeah, Jay, I'll clear your
Sir, like mammals give birth, right?
Yeah.
Example, elephants, those all, right?
Yeah.
Which type of reproduction, sir? Asexual or sexual reproduction?
In the mammals, if you take elephants, it is a sexual reproduction only.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that we'll discuss in the reproduction of the animals in the latter part of this chapter. Okay, not in this now. Okay, we'll discuss only in the plants now. Yeah, Ritvik Nimala.
Yes, sir. Asexual reproduction is where only one parent is needed, and sexual reproduction is where two parents are involved, sir.
Good. The simple thing is, sexual reproduction means involvement of the cells or the gametes or the fusion of gametes, formation of embryo, and all this
Zygote.
takes. Okay. In the asexual reproduction means with the help of the branches.
Sir,
or
like a new organism is formed from a single parent, whereas
parent only will
sexual
happen.
reproduction.
Okay. So that is the main difference between the asexual and the sexual. So why the reproduction is very important in the life?
Sir, for example, if we consider as humans also, if we stop reproducing, then a time will come when we humans will also become extinct, right? So in order to prevent that, reproduction should be done.
Very good.
So like every day, like many new babies are born, and like so many people die on the same day.
Yeah. So to preserve the species, to preserve the different types of species, right? So reproduction is very important to preserve the different types of species. Like if you take human beings, for the future generation also human beings are required for that. If you take the animals, if you take the different types of organisms also in the future, you want the organisms, right? Because it's completely ecosystem and all. So if species are not there, it will disturb the ecosystem and it will disturb the, what you'll say, one more term will be there in the social, right? Bio.
Is it environment?
It's not the environment.
Biosphere, sir.
Okay, I'll check it and tell. Okay, we will take the, this term itself enough. It will disturb the ecosystem of that place if the species are not present, right? So to preserve the species only, the reproduction is the important in the life's process. So again, we have the two types of reproduction, asexual and the sexual. But in the case of plants, what is the reproductive organ parts?
Sir,
Plants
it
will have
is
the
actually
plants will have the,
Sir, stigma and pistil, sir.
okay.
Stigma
Stigma,
and pistil. Sir, actually you said in
flowers, right?
social what thing, sir?
One term will be there in that. I didn't remember exactly. That's what I'm searching.
Bisexual? Bisexual?
No. I'll tell you in next class. Okay, don't worry.
what is it related to it?
Yeah, sir.
It's related to all the living organisms and the non-living organisms in a particular place.
Oh.
Right. Suppose if you take Hyderabad, in the Hyderabad, all the living. If you take our home itself, in the surroundings, you have the so many things will be there, right? It will only create the living things and the non-living things and everything will be there in that. What is the term?
Environment.
Not environment. Ecosystem.
Sir is asking Anand.
Okay. So I'll tell the term tomorrow next class. Okay, don't worry. Okay, if you take the plants, it has a various parts. Roots will be there, stem will be there, leaves will be there. Okay, all these are called as in vegetative parts. So after growing up these parts, they will use them. They will bear the flowers and they will produce the fruits and the seeds.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Right.
what
All
happens
this,
here?
yeah, all
Actually,
this will not be the involved in the production process. Okay, whatever these parts are there, all will not involve in the reproduction process. The main reproductive part in the plant is the flower. So which will only contain the both male parts as well as the female parts. But in the case of some flowers, we have the both male as well as the female parts in the same flower. Yeah, Raghav,
sir, nothing, sir.
tell. So any doubts up to this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So here it's given already. The term sexual means involving of the fission of cells, sex cells or the gametes, while asexual means involving of the without involving the fission of the gametes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So first we'll discuss about the asexual reproduction. So in the case of asexual reproduction, what is there? Only one parent will involve in the production of new individuals. That is the asexual reproduction. So this will take place without the help of the seeds or the spores. The production of the offspring or the new plant has happened without the seeds or the spores. This is only called as an asexual reproduction. Total, we have the 4 methods in the asexual reproduction. How many methods?
4 methods.
4 methods. The first one is a vegetative propagation.
propagation.
The second one is a budding. Third one is a fragmentation.
Fragmentation.
And the fourth one is a
Sir,
split formation.
vegetative propagation is things like sir, it will
Sir, nothing.
To
Sir,
reproduce
vegetative
through the
propagation,
parts of
nothing
the
like.
plants like
One by one.
Yes, sir.
One
Root,
by one.
stem, and flower. Sorry, root, stem, and leaf.
Sir, such as
Vegetative
roots and stems
propagation.
and leaves of a plant will develop into a new
Yes,
plant.
sir.
Okay.
Sir, and
Sir, and also it can be happened in naturally and artificially also.
Okay, good. Next.
sir, fragmentation is when the algae is in mature form divides into one or two or more fragments, sir.
Sir, like in
Sir, and
family,
the process continues.
One by one.
Sir, and the process continues as in very short time, sir. The algae will form.
Fragmentation means the body of an adult organism.
Yes, sir. Adult organism and divides
Jade.
into two parts.
Jade. You
Uh,
give
this
all your
speaking-
Ritvik, Reddy and Jade. You can speak only one at a time. Okay,
Can I
just
speak
give
in
all
Hindi?
the answers. Next, Ritvik, you can give all your answers. Okay. If both are continuously speaking now, we can't understand anything. Okay. Yeah, Jade, you finished your answer.
Yeah, no, sir. Like, sir, when a body or something matures, that divides into two parts or into more fragments, sir. And when it divides again, it continues the process, and in very short time, it will grow very faster. Example, algae in the water.
Good.
Sir, and can I tell what is spore formation?
Yeah, Raghu, you can start from starting.
Yes.
You are vegetative propagation, binding, fragmentation, spore formation.
Yes, sir. In vegetative propagation, what happens is that, for example, let's take a plant, sir, and we know the basic parts, outer parts of the plant, which are roots, stems, leaves, flowers, and fruits. And we know that in the lower classes, we learn that reproduction happens through seeds, but there are other ways also. The first one is vegetative reproduction, and what happens is that a few parts of the plant we can cut them, and if we place them in the soil, they will again grow into a new plant. This is called vegetative propagation. Now there are a few parts, that is roots, stems, and leaves. We can put them in the soil and another plant will grow. And in the case of budding, I don't know what basically happens, sir, that deeply, but I think it's with the help of buds, sir. And fragmentation, Jake told the example in the case of amoeba and algae. Amoeba also does a binary fission and all. That also comes under fragmentation only. And spore formation, there are actually two types of plants also. Plants are divided on the basis of whether they have flowers, whether they have flowers or fruits, and on that basis they are divided. So those who only have roots, stems, and leaves are called angiosperms, and those who have everything which a normal plant has, it is called a gymnosperm. Now, what happens in the angiosperm? Flower is not present. So, what happens? Spores are formed. And these spores, you can see them on a few homing plants also have them. Examples are ferns actually. Ferns also have spores. They are present below the leaves, and what happens, they actually, a few spores, they fall down, and those when a male and a female spore, they both fuse, combine together, another new plant starts growing from there. That is spore formation.
Good.
Yes, sir, this is what I mean.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
So any other answers? Anyone want to give the answers? The remaining one? When I say turn on your cam, you will turn on the cam for 1 minute. Then again, you have to just say again turn on your cams after 5 minutes, right? Okay. So in the sexual reproduction, we have the total of 4 methods. First one is the vegetative propagation. The second one is the budding. Third one is the fragmentation. And the fourth one is the spore formation. So again, in the first one, we have the subclassification. Okay, propagation has happened with the help of stem, or propagation has happened with the help of the
Sir, branches. Sir, can I read?
branches and the
Sir,
grafting
sir,
technique.
because last time I did not get the chance for the last chapter.
Okay, I will give you chance. And propagation by the leaves and propagation by the roots and the bulbs. So these are the 3 subclassifications again are there in this vegetative propagation. So one by one we'll go through it. Okay.
Sir, can I read?
Yeah.
Vegetative reproduction by stem. These stems or branches of the plant normally bear buds in the axils. The buds that are present in the axils, example, the point of attachment of leaf at the node develops into the shoot. These are called vegetative buds. The vegetative buds can give rise to a new plant. These buds consist of a short stem around which immature overlapping leaves are folded. These can reproduce a new plant by vegetative propagation methods to vegetative reproduction by stem.
Wait,
First
wait,
point.
wait, wait. So what is the vegetative propagation first? The stem or the branch of the plants normally bears buds in the axis. What is the meaning of axil? We said node, right? The point of
Yes,
attachment
sir.
of leaf at the node is called as an axil. Nothing but near the node only this axil is there. The same way. Whether we have seen in the picture or not. It's not there in the picture, right? This is the axil. Axillary bud is the location is there right here. This is only
Yes.
the axil. Okay. So the vegetative buds can give rise to a new plant. These buds consist of a short-term stem around with immature overlapping leaves are folded. Okay, immature means what? Not completely developed leaf. That's a immature.
Yes, sir. It's not a grown leaf.
Yeah, it's a young leaf, or you can say.
Or it is an engage.
Yeah, young leaves are the not completely grown leaf. Those are called as an immature leaves. So around this axil, the immature leaves will be there. When you cut the plant around that nodes or the axils, and if you keep it in the soil, again the new plant will be grown. So that is only the vegetative reproduction by the stem. So methods to vegetative reproduction by stem. Again, we have the three different methods are there. Okay, just first one is cutting the stem. The second one is the bending of the stem into the soil, and the third one is the grafting. Okay, so in that first one we will study. So Ritik, read the first one.
Methods to vegetative reproduction by stem. New plants are obtained from the stem by cutting method. In this method, the smaller part of the stem is removed by making a cut with a sharp knife. The stem cutting must have some buds on it. Now the lower end of the stem cutting is buried in the moist soil. The upper part of the cutting, having bud on it, is kept above the soil. After a few days, this cutting develops new roots. The bud grows and produces a shoot, branches with leaves. Thus, a new plant is produced which is exactly similar to the parent plant. Examples: rose, champa, grapes, sugarcane, banana, cactus, etc.
Okay. So in the case of vegetative reproduction, what is there? Just we'll cut
Uh,
them in the diagrammatic
sir,
part you can
you,
see, right? So
yeah,
just
sir,
you need to
sir,
take, wait, Ritik. So first we'll take the plant. We'll cut the plant at the node region. Okay. So when you cut the plant in the node region or the wherever the axil or the buds are there, we'll cut that plant in that region. Again, we'll keep that branch or sub branch of the plant in the soil. So again, wherever these nodes or the axils are there, from there again the new roots will be developed inside the soil and the plant will grow further.
So what about the rooting powder?
Rooting powder is not necessary always. Just in the cities they will do this one all, or in the what you'll say in the plants or where they'll keep all the plants. What is the name?
The nursery?
Nursery, good. So in the nurseries they will use it one, but not necessarily in the homes. Generally, if you take the rose plants, just you cut the stem of the rose plants at the node region and place it in the soil. It will grow, right?
Yes, sir.
Rose, champa, grapes, sugarcane, banana, cactus, all this will grow with the help of this method only. Just we have to make sure that wherever the stem is cutting, there should be some buds or the axils or the nodes should be there. because from that
So
only
what my mom does is she takes a branch and puts it in water until like the roots come, and then she puts it in soil.
okay, that's also good. But when you're keeping it in the soil also, when we keep it in the pot and we'll pour some water now, we should pour only little water because I think in the last class we studied, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, sir.
If I pour excess of the water now, what will happen? All
We
the
cannot
pores will be
breathe.
closed in the soil. So it cannot take the oxygen again. So that's what the cutting of the, vegetative propagation by the stem by using the cutting method. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So next one, Harini.
Yes, sir. Another method of vegetative reproduction in stem is by layering. In this method, a mature branch of parent plant is bent down and covered with soil. The tip of the plant is kept above the ground. The root develops from the branches and grows into a new plant. Layering method is usually done in the plants that have long and slender branches, example jasmine.
Good. So I think you can understand easily with the help of the diagram.
Yes, sir. Sir, like a young branch of a plant is bent towards and the ground and when it is kept under the moist soil. After the few days, the root will develop to cover another part of the leaf. That's
Good. So wherever the mature branch is there for the plant, just we'll remove all the leaves and all, and we'll just keep that branch in the soil, another part of the soil. So what will happen after some days? The roots will develop below that branch inside the soil. Again, it will grow as a new plant, which is explained clearly in the diagram, right? Any doubts in that?
No, sir.
No, sir.
And the third vegetative reproduction by stem is the grafting. I hope
grafting.
everyone is very well about this grafting technique.
But
Yes,
this is easy, sir. Just they will wrap with the wax. They
Yeah.
will take a stem and another stem and they will attach.
Aditi, read this paragraph.
Yes, sir. Grafting is also a method of vegetative reproduction in plants where new plants of desired qualities is developed from two different plants. The part that has shoot part is called scion and having root is called stalk. Scion is attached to the stalk which provides support and basic requirement for the development of the plant. Example, mango, apple, rose, etc.
Good. So everyone knows the grafting technique, right?
Yes, sir.
So first we'll take
Yes,
two
sir.
different plants, whichever the desired qualities we want in the new plant. Okay. So that is nothing but the hybridization process, right? We'll combine the two plants and produce a new variety of the plant, which will have the different foods or different flavors which will produce.
Sir, that wick containing so many birds is called silicon and another plant is called stalk.
Okay. So it's very important that one, the shoot system of the plant is called as in what?
The growing
Scion.
method.
That shoot system part of the plant is called as in scion,
Scion.
and the root system part of the plant is called as in stalk.
Stalk.
Then what stalk will do? The stalk will provide the minerals and the water from the roots to the scion part. Then what scion will do?
Sir, Siam will give us like so many fruits.
It will prepare the food which are present on the leaves
Yes.
inside the scion and again send back to the different parts of the plant. But when you are cutting the stem, you have to cut at an angle, right? We should not cut in the straight way. Can you see some angle here?
Which angle it has broken, that angle only we should cut.
Yeah, you have to make it proper angle and you have to cut it the part of the scion and the stalk. And we have to wrap it properly for some days. Then only it will attach these two parts. You can see the picture clearly, right?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts?
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay. So this is all about the grafting. So vegetative reproduction by stem involves how many methods?
3, sir.
3 methods. What are the 3?
The cutting, grafting, layering.
Mhm.
Sir, cutting, grafting, and layering.
Cutting of the stem,
Sir,
wherever
for
the nodes,
artificial propagation of stems, sir.
wherever the nodes or the buds or the axils are there, that is the first one, which is commonly used in the rose plant. The next one is a
Yes, sir.
layering of the stem.
Sir,
Just
sir,
will
like
take,
palm plants, palm.
Sir, usually they use it in rose because rose doesn't have seeds.
yeah, good.
Sir, even palm also, palm.
Corn will have the seeds, corn plant. Corn will have the seeds, so it
Colocasia.
makes,
Sir, like colocasia, it will be used.
okay. Okay, next one is the layering. So just we'll take one mature branch of the plant and we'll keep the top of that branch to the soil. So after some days, again it will grow as a new plant itself.
New plant.
Like, example is the jasmine plant. The last one is the grafting. Grafting is also involving of the two plants. Just will cut the two plants. One is the scion, the other one is the stalk. Shoot system of the plants or the leaves which contain the plants, that is a scion, and the root system of the plant, that is called as stalk. When you join these two plants with the help of the rapid sticker, after some days these two will join and produce the newer type of fruits or the desired different fruits or the flowers compared to the parents. Right? It is happening with
Sir,
the apple, mango, and rose. Yeah.
sir, even for the artificial propagation, tissue culture is also there, right?
Tissue culture is different, right?
Yeah, and it's really
Sir, but when our ma'am
Your voice
like
is
tissue
not
culture
clear.
also comes. Sir, even sir, like our school ma'am told right, tissue culture is comes under this process only, artificial propagation.
Okay. Yeah, Raghav, you're saying something?
sir, nothing.
Hmm. So next one is the vegetable propagation with the help of the leaves. Have seen this type of leaf in our surroundings?
And no, sir.
No, sir.
No.
Yes, sir, I have seen.
I have
On the
not.
surface of the
Sir, like,
leaf also there is a small birds will be there.
yes, sir,
Yes, sir, I have seen it.
sir, on the ending of the leaves also the flowers are there. Sir, there are buds of flowers, sir.
That's the birds only, not the flowers.
Buds.
Okay. So generally it is a
They are
common.
not the buds which like this, and they are not the buds which develop into flowers.
So these are the just normal birds. If the leaf is there in the soil for longer time, now again this will grow into the plants. That's what the vegetative propagation by the leaves. Okay. So vegetative propagation or the reproduction by the leaves is very very less only because these will always will blow here and there in the wind, right? It's very very less in weight, so always it will move from here and there, so that buds will break easily. It's very rare vegetative propagation by leaves. So when the leaves of some plants are buried, that is not hurried, that is a buried into the moist soil, the cut edges or the margin of leaves develop a new plants that resemble to the parent. What is the example? Sprout leaf
Sir,
plant,
bryophyllum.
Bryophyllum, sir.
bryophyllum. But the third one is again the important one. Vegetative reproduction by the roots and the bulbs.
Yeah, yes, sir. Actually, if we take a potato, we can see some white colored things, and some people they call it eyes also. And but they are nothing but this bulbs. Now, what after if we keep it in water or something, and no need to keep it in water also. If we keep it on a table or something also, it a new plant will start growing from it.
Yeah, sir, it happens. My mom, what she does is she goes and keeps it in the soil and it grows.
Good. So vegetative reproduction by roots and the bulbs. If you see some whichever the food is stored in the roots in the plant, like yams or the potato or the carrot or the beetroot, these things are there, right? Big yams will be there. So generally they don't have the seeds at all. Again, if you keep that buds region or the root region again some part in the soil, again they'll grow into the plant. Same with the onion also. Okay. So in some plants like sweet potato, dahlia, and the new plant develops through the roots and the bulbs. So it's not the bulbs, or it can also call it as an ice also, which you can see clearly on the potatoes in some days.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. So then what are
Sir,
the,
even we can observe the vegetative propagation, sir, in that.
yeah, then what are the
Like
advantages
cutting.
of vegetative propagation?
Sir, can I tell?
Yeah, you can read.
Sir, like it is, sir, non-flowering plants also can reproduce by this method.
Okay.
And new plants, sir, and new plants are identical to the parent plant and helps the helps to get another characteristic plants, new characteristic plants of the futures of a species.
Sir, I just want to add this point. Not every plant have bulbs, sir.
Yeah.
Only potato is like one of them.
Sir, it is a faster and dependable method of propagation.
There's a potato and sweet potato.
What about the yam?
Yeah,
Yam also will have the bulbs, right?
yeah.
Elephant, yeah, or the yams.
Yeah, sir, even onion.
No. Check it once.
The onion has stem which comes. It's the
Yeah,
stem.
onion will have the stem only. Don't have the
Oh,
bulb.
but it is a bulb, right?
Bulb is different.
Oh. It's a white color. You can say like a patch on it.
Its
Yeah, that's
stem
what.
is called a spring onion.
Okay. So what are the advantages of vegetable propagation? It will take the less time to grow for the plant and bears the
And
fruits.
we don't need the seed of that particular plant.
And only
It's
one
really
parent.
easy also. It's really easy.
And we need only one parent.
So even though the single parent
Sir,
also
and
will have the same copy of the parent plant, and also it will grows very fast compared to the plants grown with the help of the seeds. And it also bears the fruits and the flowers very fast compared to the plants grown with the help of the seeds. These are the advantage for the vegetative propagation. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. But in the class, many people are not at all opening their mouth. I don't know what is the reason. Only few people are asking the class, interacting in the class. What happened to remaining people?
Sir?